The gift of resistance, embracing life's challenges as a path to growth. Welcome, kindred spirits on the path of life. Today, we weave together wisdom and insight, exploring the profound notion that every obstacle we encounter is a test from the universe, a gift in a formidable disguise. Our discussion will not shy away from the depth of this concept, but will instead embrace it wholeheartedly, offering you not just food for thought, but sustenance for the soul. Let's begin by addressing the nature of obstacles. In our lives, we have all faced challenges, some small, like pebbles on our path, and others monumental, like mountains blocking our horizon. Yet, regardless of their size, these obstacles have one thing in common. They demand that we grow. They are the universe's way of nudging us, pushing us towards potentials we might never have realized without these provoking encounters. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons. You see, obstacles are not punishments. Far from it. They are opportunities cleverly veiled, invitations to expand our boundaries and to find within ourselves a reservoir of strength, resilience, and wisdom that we never knew existed. When faced with a challenge, our first reaction might be frustration or despair. But what if, instead, we chose to see this as the universe entrusting us with a task, a riddle designed specifically for us to solve? Consider the mightiest oak tree. It starts as a vulnerable acorn, exposed to the elements and the whims of nature. Yet, it is the very resistance the acorn faces that compels it to push roots deep into the earth, seeking stability and nourishment. Without the obstacle of gravity, the soil's density, and the competition for sunlight, the acorn would never fulfill its destiny to become a towering oak. So too, our challenges invite us to root ourselves deeply in our convictions and to rise above the surface, seeking the light of our personal truth. Now, let us turn our gaze inward and explore our internal response to obstacles. The outer world mirrors our inner state, and as such, the challenges we face often reflect the areas within us that are ripe for development. When confronted by a setback, it's easy to externalize the struggle, to see it as an issue separate from ourselves. But what if the obstacle before you is a mirror, reflecting a piece of your interior landscape that is yearning for attention? The universe tests us, not out of malice, but out of a desire to see us flourish. Like a master teacher who presents students with a difficult problem, knowing that in the struggle to find the solution, they will learn and grow, the universe presents us with challenges that catalyze our evolution. Each obstacle is a question posed by the cosmos. What will you learn from this? How will you transform? As we navigate the terrain of our lives, we often seek a path free of resistance. Yet, it is through resistance that we build strength. When lifting weights, the resistance of the weight against our muscles is what causes them to grow. Similarly, when we push against the weight of our problems, we develop emotional, spiritual, and intellectual muscles we never knew we had. Consider the last time you faced a significant obstacle. In the moment, it might have felt insurmountable, but reflect on the person you have become on the other side of that challenge. Have you not grown wiser, more compassionate, more resilient? It is through the very act of overcoming that we become more of who we are meant to be. Now let us address the practical side of this wisdom. How do we embrace obstacles as gifts when they feel overwhelmingly negative? The key lies in shifting our perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we might ask, "What is this teaching me?" This subtle shift opens us up to a world of possibility, a space where we can engage with our challenges rather than resist them. We must also cultivate a sense of trust in ourselves, in our ability to rise to the occasion and trust in the universe, in its wisdom to provide us with the experiences that serve our highest good. This trust does not come easily. It is a muscle that must be exercised. But with each challenge we face and overcome, our trust in the benevolence of the universe and in our capacity to prevail is reinforced. In this dance with the universe, we also learn the art of surrender. Not surrender as in giving up, but as in yielding to the flow of life. When we stop fighting the current and instead learn to navigate it, we find that often the obstacle is not as rigid as it seems. It may even guide us to a new direction, one that we would have never considered if not for the resistance we encountered. Unveiled wisdom, finding strength in life's unyielding currents. Let's further explore the concept of surrender and how it intertwines with the notion of obstacles being gifts. To surrender is to accept the present moment fully, to acknowledge the obstacle before you without judgment or resistance. This acceptance does not mean you are resigned to stagnation or defeat. Rather, it means you are giving yourself the space to observe the situation with clarity and to act from a place of composure rather than reactivity. How does one act with composure in the face of adversity? It starts with presence. Being fully present with the obstacle allows you to see it for what it truly is, a temporary condition that carries with it the seeds of growth. Presence also involves being aware of your emotions and thoughts surrounding the obstacle. By observing these internal reactions without attachment, you gain the power to choose your response rather than being swept away by the initial impulse of fear or anger. The practice of presence is akin to the art of navigation. A skilled navigator does not curse the wind, they adjust their sails. In life, we too must learn to adjust our sails, the attitudes and actions we bring into each situation. When faced with an obstacle, ask, what attitude will serve me here? How can I adjust my actions to navigate this challenge effectively? Adjusting your sails often requires creativity. Obstacles, by their very nature, block the path we were on, forcing us to find a new way around. This is where the gift of the obstacle becomes apparent. It compels us to think outside the box, to explore avenues we might have ignored if the path had been clear. It is in these detours and unexpected pathways that we often discover aspects of ourselves and life that enrich our experience in unforeseen ways. But creativity alone is not enough. Patience is also essential. Growth does not happen overnight, and obstacles are not overcome in an instant. The oak tree does not reach its full height in a day, nor does it despair at the slow pace of its ascent. It simply grows, little by little, trusting in the process. So must we trust in our own growth process, understanding that every day, every effort brings us closer to surmounting the obstacles before us. In cultivating patience, we also learn the virtue of persistence. Persistence is the force that keeps us moving forward, even when progress seems slow or invisible. When faced with an obstacle, persistence whispers in our ear, "Keep going. You are closer than you think." It is the quiet strength that underlies all great achievements, the unwavering commitment to see things through to the end. Now imagine if we approached every obstacle with creativity, patience, and persistence. Imagine how our lives would transform. We would no longer be at the mercy of circumstances, but would instead become active participants in shaping our destiny. Instead of being roadblocks, obstacles would become stepping stones, each one lifting us higher on our journey. But what of the obstacles that seem too great, too daunting to overcome? What of the pain and suffering that sometimes accompany these trials? Here, we enter the realm of transcendence. the ability to rise above the turmoil and find peace even in the midst of struggle. Transcendence is not about denying the pain or difficulty of the obstacle. It is about finding a place within yourself that remains untouched by the chaos. It is about connecting with the part of you that is eternal and unchanging, the part that observes all experiences with equanimity. From this place of inner stillness, you can draw the strength to continue to face even the most formidable challenges with grace. As we cultivate transcendence, we also come to understand the interconnectedness of all things. We realize that our personal obstacles are not separate from the greater tapestry of life. They are threads in the intricate weave of existence, and as we address our own challenges, we contribute to the healing and evolution of the whole. Herein lies a profound question for you to consider. How might your personal growth, as you overcome your obstacles, contribute to the greater good? How might the lessons you learn and the strength you gain serve not just your own life but the lives of those around you and the world at large? Now, let us shift our focus to the practical application of these insights. How do we live in a way that honors the gift of obstacles and utilizes them as catalysts for growth? It begins with intention. Set the intention each day to meet obstacles with an open heart and an open mind, to see them as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to contribute. Next, cultivate a practice of reflection. At the end of each day, take time to reflect on the challenges you faced. What did they teach you? How did you respond? What can you do differently next time? This daily practice of reflection will sharpen your awareness and your ability to engage with obstacles in a constructive manner. Resilience in rhythm, the harmonious dance with life's trials. So, we have embraced presence, patience, persistence, and transcendence as our allies in the face of life's tests. Now, let's delve deeper into the harmonious dance we must perform with each new challenge, a rhythm that requires both resilience and adaptability. Resilience is our capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, but it is more than mere bounce-back ability. It is a transformative process that involves integrating the experience of the obstacle into our being. Every time we rise from a setback, we do not return to our original shape. Instead, we emerge altered, often expanded in our capacity to experience and engage with life. How do we build resilience? It begins with self-care. Caring for our physical, mental, and emotional well-being creates a foundation of strength from which we can face any adversity. If we neglect ourselves, we diminish our reserves of energy and resilience, much like a fortress with weakened walls. Therefore, self-care is not an indulgence. It is an essential strategy in our approach to life's obstacles. In practicing self-care, we also learn the importance of boundaries. Boundaries are not barriers to keep life out, but rather the parameters within which we can operate healthily and sustainably. By establishing clear boundaries, we create a space for ourselves where we can process our experiences and recharge our spirits. This sanctuary becomes our base camp as we navigate the challenges that life presents. Now, as we build resilience, we must also cultivate adaptability, the ability to adjust to new conditions. Life is dynamic, constantly changing, and to navigate its waters successfully, we must be willing to adapt. This means letting go of rigid expectations and preconceived notions of how things should be. It means being open to new information, new strategies, and new ways of thinking. Adaptability is like water. It flows, it moves around obstacles, it finds a way. When we embody adaptability, we too find a way around the obstacles in our lives. We learn from them, we adjust, and we keep moving forward. To foster adaptability, we must embrace learning as a lifelong pursuit. Every obstacle presents a unique lesson, and it is our task to decipher it. This learning mindset keeps us curious, flexible, and young at heart, no matter our chronological age. We must also recognize the role of humor and lightness in the face of obstacles. Humor is a powerful tool that can diffuse tension, shift perspective, and open the door to creative solutions. When we can laugh in the face of difficulty, we liberate ourselves from the heaviness of the situation and create a sense of spaciousness within which to work. And what of the truly heart-wrenching obstacles, the ones that seem to shake the very core of our being? Here, we call upon the deepest wisdom of our souls. We remember that life is a cycle of seasons. There is winter, but there is also spring. After the darkest night, the sun does rise. It is this cyclical nature of existence that reminds us that no obstacle is permanent, that after every hardship, there is ease. In these dark nights of the soul, we are invited to lean into our faith, whatever that may look like for you. Faith in ourselves, faith in the unfolding journey of our lives, faith in the interconnected web of existence that holds us all. Faith becomes the beacon that guides us through the storm, the steady light we can rely on when all else seems uncertain. Now, let us consider the practical steps we can take to honor the cyclical nature of life and our faith in the face of obstacles. One practice is to connect with nature. Observing the rhythms of the natural world can teach us much about the rhythms of our own lives. We can see that just as the seasons change, so too do the circumstances of our existence. Another practice is to engage in ritual. Rituals provide a sense of stability and continuity. They can be as simple as a morning meditation or as elaborate as a community celebration. The key is to find rituals that anchor you, that remind you of the enduring presence of beauty, love, and connection, even when challenges arise. We also benefit from cultivating gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is present. It opens our hearts to the abundance that surrounds us and helps us to navigate obstacles with a sense of grace and appreciation. As we continue on this journey, let us pause for a moment of introspection. How might the practice of gratitude transform your experience of obstacles? How might it change not only your perception of the challenges, but also the outcomes you manifest? Turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones, the triumphs of the spirit. Embracing obstacles as the path to our greatest potential is the art of turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones. This paradigm shift can transform the trials of life into triumphs of the spirit, enabling us to emerge from challenges not just unscathed, but strengthened and enriched. The first step in this transformative process is the alchemy of adversity, turning the lead of our struggles into the gold of wisdom and strength. This alchemical process begins with a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing obstacles as impediments to our progress, we can choose to see them as integral parts of our journey, each one offering a unique opportunity for growth and learning. To initiate this transformation, we must first recognize and accept the obstacle. Denial only prolongs suffering, whereas acceptance empowers us to take constructive action. When we accept the reality of the situation, we can begin to understand its nature and the reasons it has appeared in our path. Every obstacle brings with it a lesson, a key to unlocking a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By asking, "What can I learn from this?" We open ourselves to new insights and possibilities. The obstacle becomes a teacher, guiding us to the wisdom we need to move forward. As we learn from our obstacles, we build strength. This strength is not just the capacity to endure, but the ability to thrive under challenging conditions. It is a robustness of character that comes from facing and overcoming difficulties. Each new challenge we encounter may require a different set of skills. As we adapt and learn, we develop a versatile toolkit for life. These skills become part of our repertoire, enhancing our ability to tackle future challenges more effectively. Through the process of overcoming obstacles, we often discover reservoirs of potential within ourselves that we were previously unaware of. This expanded sense of self opens up new horizons and opportunities for growth and fulfillment. One of the profound side effects of facing obstacles is the development of compassion and empathy. Having struggled ourselves, we become more attuned to the struggles of others. This can lead to deeper connections and a more profound sense of community and support. By sharing the stories of our challenges and how we've overcome them, we can inspire and encourage others. Our experiences, when communicated with authenticity, can light the way for those who are facing similar struggles. Our triumphs over adversity serve as a living testament to the power of the human spirit. We become examples of resilience and hope, showing that it is possible to turn even the most daunting obstacles into stepping stones towards a richer life. Finally, as we master the art of transforming obstacles into opportunities, we embrace a future of possibility. We move from a reactive stance to a proactive one, where we are not merely responding to challenges, but actively seeking growth and evolution. With each obstacle we overcome, we can set new intentions for our continued growth. These intentions guide our actions and keep us aligned with our highest aspirations. We come to realize that we are the creators of our own path. While we cannot control every aspect of our journey, we can control our response to the events that unfold. This realization is empowering and liberating, allowing us to approach life with confidence and creativity. The journey of life is filled with obstacles, but it is through these very challenges that we find our strength, wisdom, and heart. By turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones, we transform our lives into a powerful narrative of triumph over adversity. A narrative that not only shapes our own destiny but also touches the lives of others, contributing to the collective growth and evolution of humanity. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Consider the obstacles you've faced and how they have shaped you. Embrace the lessons learned and the strength gained. And as you look to the future, remember that each new challenge is an invitation to step into your full potential, to turn trials into triumphs, and to dance with the rhythm of life's unyielding currents.